So, this looks like Sarah stopped cashing the checks James sent her. Guess he forgot to mention that during his story last night.
So she has been cashing them for years. And has been begging for connection. These don't have dates on them necessarily, but yeah, like there's just so much. We can go by this this image right here. There's like a giant stack of letters, and we're just like, we skipped through a bunch of them based on how that went. And that's rough. Yeah, it's kind of fucks up whole James's entire perspective of everything.
James sure keeps lots of files on people.
Seems like someone that probably uses that against the people around them. Supposed to do send photo of evidence. Which evidence? I guess this one?
Arcadia Bay's least wanted.
That's evidence.
Shit. Which of these is Damon talking about? I could just take a wild guess and see what he says. Or maybe there's some info on the case hanging around the office.
We have a casing, a knife, and a glove. Okay, so yeah, when I go in here, we see more options than before.
Did Damon really shoot someone? Guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Timus Lumber. That's the right location at all. Covered by Officer Ernie Yates. Isn't it supposed to be the case I saw on the wall?
Could this be the evidence? Damon and knives seem like a solid bet.
Lumber again.
If TV has taught me anything, these babies will be swimming in DNA.
Is there suddenly an extra line that wasn't there before? 421 or 412. I bet it's the date. They're all at the lumber mill, unfortunately. Oh, Merrick's gloves were recovered and entered into evidence. Okay, so that's the detail. 412. Am I imagining it, though, or...
Did Damon really shoot someone?
Nope, there was always 2 lines for evidence description.
Guess I shouldn't be surprised.
This is 412. What? That's evidence, right? Yeah, and now you fucking destroy it. Why are you so bad at this? I'll get right on that. Can I fake destroy evidence? Can I just find can I find like a pair of Rachel's gloves or something to burn that look like them?
If I can figure out how. How do I destroy a glove? Maybe I can burn it somehow.
You can burn it in the wastebasket, I suppose. Is there not something better I can do? Like pretend to destroy the evidence? I would love to, like, just, you know, lie to him. You left the front door open? Why would you leave the front door open? That makes it look like somebody broke in. It's like, yeah, someone's gonna be like, hey, their door's open, that's weird. Alright. I mean, I guess the door open means you can hear everything.
Out a way to burn this glove.
Do I not have a choice here? Is this not a choice? We could probably use the sherry.
More sherry.
Flammable, right? No? I can't tell if this is a choice or not, or if I just have to go for it. If it's not a choice, I'm a little iffy on the whole prospect, because, like, we're supposed to just get rid of the prime evidence we have that this guy's guilty.
In the wastebasket.
On some level, I'm like, doesn't that make it harder to catch the guy that stabbed Rachel if we don't have good evidence to put him behind bars? But I guess Rachel, Frank, and I are realistically just Rachel and I are both eyewitnesses of him stabbing somebody. So maybe the evidence isn't as important anymore. But like, why is he like, you burn that evidence? That'll clean my record. Like when he knows that he stabbed somebody. He just stabbed somebody in front of multiple eyewitnesses that probably, at least one of them probably will talk. So I'm like, I don't know why he's even bothering with evidence anymore. Hopefully they don't have a fire alarm in here. Holy shit, that's flammable. Way more than I would have guessed. Better take that picture and maybe open that window. There they go. Weird. What?
Oof. Better not touch that again.
You just close the window instead of opening it? What? Don't you want the smoke to go outside instead of staying here? Wait, what? Why did you do that? Why did you close the window? Since you're destroying evidence, might as well tell me which of my guys was the snitch. What? Why are we just outing? What? You're bad at... What the fuck? Also, the crime scene was found at this... You had evidence. Where is she? No more games. Sorry, Chief, but I think you're gonna do what I asked. Tell me who it is, or maybe you'd rather deal with your problem yourself.
Damn. I hope James has something here to tell me who Damon's informant is. So I need to find which of Damon's guys has been snitching. I should search around the office to see if there's any info to help me out.
We're just gonna endanger them, aren't we? Is this really the right move to make? I don't know about this, man. I feel like there's a lot of easier approaches we can take towards every problem in this trilogy of episodes, actually. Like, most of our problems have better solutions than what our characters have been willing to go for so far. My mom's texting me while I'm like outing criminals to get whacked by their leader. Planning supper. What time do you think you'll be home? Don't wait for me. Sweetheart, we don't get enough family time as it is. Does Rachel want to join us? She's very welcome to. Mom, I just can't make it tonight. Sorry. Chloe, is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. Okay. Love you. Love you too. Just not gonna... You said not to lie to people that you love, Chloe. And you're not gonna mention any of the things going on right now, huh? Don't feel like you stick to your own rules very much.
Arcadia Bay's least wanted.
Press A to accuse who? All of them?
Okay. There's no way that Frank is snitching on Damon. But I love learning about his badass loitering charge.
You can't believe that he'd ever snitch on him? Isn't he the specific character that was willing to turn on him in that previous scenario? Seems like it's not that crazy that he might turn on him. Frankie B. Francis Bowers. 6'1", 190 pounds. Detailed. Date, okay, blah, blah, blah. Suspicions of drug dealing, loitering. Drug dealing charges dropped due to insufficient evidence. So, but not loitering. He's got a record now for loitering. Way to go, buddy. Huh. 190 pounds. He's skinny as all hell.
This is that freak from the mill. Wonder what Damon would think of his very cooperative comment.
He's been very cooperative. No missed check-ins. Oliver Rutherford. Sheldon Pike is his parolee. Oh, right. Because Oliver Rutherford's the police officer, or parole officer, I mean, and the actual criminal is Sheldon Pike. That's worth looking into.
I agree to aid the courts on future cases. That could be seen as a little snitchy.
Not a good sign. Yeah, they pled not guilty, waived their rights. I hereby understand my rights and give them up of my own free will. I understand the judge is not bound by this agreement. I agree to aid the courts on future cases related to my own. Gerald Scott.
Guess I'm lucky James keeps so much info at home. Feels a little weird having this guy's records at my fingertips.
Is there anything to set them apart?
This is that freak from the mill. Wonder what Damon would think of his very cooperative comment.
I can only read one page about each of them, which is weird. There's clearly a lot of information I could go through that would probably help me decide this information. But it's Sheldon Pike and Gerald Ford, and all I get is one page in both cases.
I agree to aid the courts on future cases.
Or Gerald Scott,
that
I mean.
Could be seen as a little snitchy.
Neither of them is the strongest evidence.
Man, this guy's the snitch. He was so cool to me at the mill. Wonder if there's someone else I could pin it on instead.
Detained by the Arcadia Bay Police Department on suspicion of drug trafficking, released after questioning by Officer Ernie Yates, described as a highly cooperative source of information on local criminal activity. 6'6". Everyone's so goddamn tall in this game. Damn. Inside left bicep. If the thunder don't get you, then lightning will. So my choice is accuse the guy we already know about, that we met at the beginning, that doesn't assault teenagers, and also is the guy who's actually snitching, or go after one of these other assholes, which seems like a better call.
This is that freak from the mill.
Let's go after Sheldon Pike.
Wonder what Damon would think of his very cooperative comment.
Just go after somebody that I already know is a piece of shit, as opposed to the guy that's actually helping them get the guy.
Okay. If I'm going to accuse one of these guys, I'd better be sure I'm right.
So there's a guy that was selling the shirts. There's Thunder, Frank, and then this piece of shit.
Could this douchebag be the snitch Damon's talking about?
Informant Sheldon Pike. Shit, really? Barely know that guy. Now he's gonna wish he never met. Go to work. Guess all that leaves is our handoff. Show me you have my payment, and I'll tell you where to meet. Fuck, everything is fucked.
Payment? Fuck.
I've been telling you from the beginning that this was not a good plan on any level. The exact amount your pig stole from me.
Here's hoping James already has Damon's money. But where would it be?
Does it mention money lost here? I don't see any dollar values listed anywhere. Sawdust.
I wonder if this has anything to do with Damon's stash.
You just have a weird, creepy, like, hidden spot here? Never noticed this till just now? One standout detail is that all those books look all fucked up. How are they not tilted at the right angle? The one in the middle is like tilted upward? How's that happening? They're laying flat on a table.
Holy shit.
Like, don't let that slide, right? Like, look at the tops of those white books. They're all at different angles somehow. It's really weird. How is that happening? Why is that happening?
That must be thousands of dollars. No wonder Damon wants it so bad.
All right, good work. And now here's your girl, ready to go.
Fuck, that's Sarah. And she's at the mill. What is he doing to her?
Bring me the package so we can finish the job. I feel like saying let her go outs this whole thing as like the fact that something's wrong here. She was specifically caught for a reason. I think he might realize that it's not the right person or something. What's silly about this is why can't I get any... Surely I can get police to come with me, right? This is a situation you bring police to, right, Chloe? Chloe? You're not gonna go there alone like a fucking lunatic, are you? On my way. Don't do anything in the meantime. You really are new at this. Better hurry, this chick's starting to get on my nerves.
Holy shit. Does James even know what he's doing?
Sounds like it.
Okay, I still have time. Damon's waiting for his money, right? He wouldn't do anything to her. Yet. Fuck. I need to get there fast.
Chloe?
Uh-oh.
Elliot?
Hey!
Elliot, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? This is Rachel's house, right?
Did he really just follow me here?
Did you follow me from the hospital?
I did. I'm worried about you.
I'm fine. You're the one acting crazy. You shouldn't be here.
Chloe, what is...
Elliot, put that down. You have no idea what you're dealing with.
And you do? Chloe, God, what have you gotten yourself into?
You wouldn't understand.
Give me a chance. What the hell are you doing?
I can't talk much about it. It has to do with Rachel's mother. Her real mother.
And that explains you breaking into the DA's home and having this?
Believe it or not, yes.
I'm so sick of you not seeing who Rachel really is. When will you realize what she's doing to you?
Elliot, just take a step back.
No. You need to listen to me. What has your relationship with her gotten you?
You You don't know what you're talking about.
First night you hang out, what happens? You end up in a fight.
This is a little weird because, like, I think that I talked to him once at the quad. Like, you have the punk rock concert at the beginning, the intro. Then, like, you get to the school, and I talked to him once. And then I think I never talked to him again all the way up until the hospital in episode 3, which was a moment ago, and now. And I'm like, what is happening? Is this going to be the character that goes with me into the big, like, climax or whatever? Because, holy crap, he is, like, a no one. And he's going to be, like, he's talking to me like he's got this big history of, like, trying to break me free of Rachel or something. And I'm like, I'm like, question mark, who are you? What? Chloe, called the police. Like, just call the police. Not even here necessarily. I just mean, like, get the phone. Like, the fact that it's the DA doesn't even have to come into it. There's a photograph of a tied up woman on your weird burner phone that you found. That's all the information you really need. You know where the location is, so call the police, get, like, you know, armed forces involved, and they'll go into the mill and they'll arrest a known criminal that they already want to arrest, and also, like, save the girl and everything. And it's like the most logical, reasonable decision you can make in this situation. And whatever the fuck, like, suicide teenage angst trip you're planning on going on is a terrible plan. Tell this guy right now, hey, I found a phone. It's a burner phone thing. Let's ignore everything else about it because we got to get to the important part, which is that there's a person who's about to be murdered, and I have evidence of that. We should deal with this right now. Let's get the police. I get the feeling that my choices here are going to basically be drive him away so that I do it alone, or he, like, hounds me and then we have to go there together. But I get the feeling that neither of us are going to call the police, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's not a reasonable approach. Especially since, like, I don't even know if is it even breaking and entering? Like, what she did? I'm not super sure. It gets confusing and convoluted a little bit because a member of the family that lives in this house told me where the key was and told me what the code was and gave me instructions and everything. There's definitely some obstruction of justice going on with the evidence tampering, but also we're catching the exact person involved. So, like, that makes you a valuable witness in the situation for several parts of this process. So if you're cooperating to get them to get the real criminal in jail, then, like, I'm not sure if any of this actually turns out that bad for Chloe. I'm not super sure, but someone's going to die if she fucks this up.
You don't know what you're talking about. Rachel saved my ass.
I'm sure that's how it seemed to you.
Stop suggesting that she's somehow bad.
The next day she convinces you to skip school. Magically, she barely gets in trouble. And you get expelled.
Okay, so first of all, I'm sure that's how it seemed to you. No, like, objectively, they were specifically, like, mad at me and fucking with me. Rachel was not involved in the scenario at all, and then happened to walk in when Chloe was in trouble and helped a bit. Unless it's going to be like, flashback. Secretly, Rachel paid them to attack Chloe. Whoa, or some bullshit like that, which would be that would be the dumbest shit. That would be some, like, Zero Escape level of utter nonsense plot reveal. But as far as we're aware, and it'd be bizarre if this wasn't true, yeah, Rachel just was somebody who was there, and also we were there. She didn't even invite us to be there in the first place. It's not like she fucking orchestrated a whole plan that day. That'd be bizarre. And then this other thing, yeah, Chloe's a constant troublemaker, And Principal Wells also, in addition to that, clearly has out for her and is total it amplifies things she does to the point where her going on the stage is something that like is apparently worthy of like an after school talk. Man, you walked on that stage, it said don't walk here, there was a sign, bad Chloe, I'm gonna take time out of my afternoon and yours to go in on this is worth my time apparently. I'm Principal Wells, which is like, what the fuck? But yeah, apparently he constantly goes after me. And also, yeah, somebody with a record, someone with a history of doing things that they're not supposed to be doing tends to have a more negative response, whereas somebody that, you know, doesn't really do much, yeah, skipping school like once is not generally a major punishable offense usually, whereas Chloe has a long history of skipping school and has already been told that they might be expelled previously.
I took the fall because I wanted to. Rachel tried to protect me.
Yet somehow, it all worked out for her in the end, as usual.
You don't understand. You weren't there.
Was she protecting you when she made you take part in a play you didn't want to be in?
Seriously, man. You need to shut the fuck up before...
I've been quiet long enough.
You suck. Why do you suck?
Look, Rachel is an amazing actress, and I don't mean on stage. She's fake. You're real, and I hate to see her manipulate you like this.
Elliot, I promise, no one is manipulating me.
No? Just look where you are now. A high school dropout, hanging out with criminals and breaking into houses. It's crazy. It just as easily could have been you in that hospital today. If that ever happened.
It really shows how somebody that doesn't really interact with someone but just pines after them from afar can completely misinterpret what's happening in their life and be so fucking full of themselves that they can be confident in their massively inaccurate assertions. Nothing he says is really true in particular. Oh wow, it just worked out for Rachel like it always does. You know, Rachel, who just found out that her mother is not her real mother and that her secret mother has been trying to contact her and her dad won't let her. And also she got stabbed nearly to death in a junkyard today and is in the hospital right now from her near-death experience. Yeah, Rachel, everything works out for her. Ha 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 ha. And meanwhile, yeah, like Chloe supposedly has zero agency in any of this, is not responsible for any of her decisions because Rachel's just a master manipulator. And also, like, you know, friends, one of the things that friends often do is like push people out of their shell and, you know, encourage them to actually do things. Like, it's not like it was fucking bullying or something to get Chloe to go to the play and then like take part in it, which is something that Chloe took pride in and had a great time. And there's literally not even a downside to that one. Chloe had a fantastic time and was like high on the rush of how cool it felt afterwards, and there was no negative repercussions to that one on any level besides a little bit of stage fright of like, oh no, I don't know if I can do this, which is like basic friendship. Would you be like, was she really protecting you when she had you do karaoke night? Like, it's this guy's a fucking idiot. I hate him. I want him to go away. He's added nothing to the story, and now that he's like, he's just been a background character that doesn't do anything the whole game. But now that he's here, every time he opens his mouth, he's just a fucking idiot. And he's just, what is happening right now that the game thinks this is the character to shove in our faces? Didn't you just develop other characters for all 3 episodes? Like what the... Like the D&D group, that's 3 characters. You got the little brother, the little nerdy brother, and you got the older jock brother, and you got their friend that's involved in a lot of like school activities and stuff like that, and also DMs and everything. Those are characters they've developed consistently for 3 consecutive episodes. They have interpersonal relationships with each other and with you. why isn't whoever's healthy from that group here right now? Like, it wouldn't that kind of make more sense as like the surprise like person? Because this is an ongoing trope, is that like your protagonist character, who for some reason can't call the police, I guess, has to resolve a problem on their own. It's dangerous, and then their friends are all like, "We're coming with you," and you know that happens, and like, "No, guys, I have to focus alone," and like, "When you can't, you don't get to do that," and all that. You know, that whole trope happens. It works way more if you care about the other characters on some level. Like, whatever's happening here, what is this? Like, why isn't the girl here with whichever one of the brothers is healthy? If someone's going to show concern with Chloe and follow her and find out that she's up to no good, and then, you know, help her in a dangerous situation, why isn't it? Because, and I say the healthier brother because I'm pretty sure that the drug decision that you make, the drug money decision, either makes either the younger brother breaks his arm, or the older brother probably gets really fucked up from the continuous beating that continues from where it was before. And I'm imagining that he probably loses his like, they made a point specifically like, hey, he got a full ride scholarship earlier this episode. So I'm guessing that if he was wounded that bad, he probably would lose his scholarship and all of his prospects basically, and be in a really shitty position. Which, all things considered, seems like I made the right choice, because the other kid just like breaks his arm, and then, you know, gets a cast, and then you move on with your life, and doesn't seem to have much consequence long term. That's not great, but you know, but like, why? The game's at least tried to develop those characters. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, go away, shoo. This isn't your story. You don't get to be in it now. This reminds me of when I was beating Bound by Flame, and there was a character that was like, "How could you betray me? Save me!" And some girl was there, and I was like, "I don't know who you are." Resume? There we go. Yeah, I know I've been talking for too long, but you know, I'm quiet a lot in this game because of how much it talks, and this is a moment where I actually have something to really talk about. Like in my Bound by Flame playthrough, there was some girl that wanted to be a love interest or something. She introduces herself once at the beginning of the game. I proceed to never speak with her a single time, never do a single quest for her, and never interact with her again for the entire game. And then at the very end, they acted like, "After all we've been through, how could you betray me?" And I'm like, who the fuck? I forgot your name. Who are you? And this is like the same situation. And I acknowledge that there's apparently a conversation you could have with him in the parking lot in episode 2, right before your stepdad has you empty out your pockets and stuff. And I missed him, I guess. It was a parking lot. I didn't realize I had to thoroughly investigate that location too, but this game's relentless about that stuff, I guess, and I guess he was there, but I don't care about him. And this is weird.
Dude, you know you sound a little stalkerish right now.
Wow, that makes you seem balanced.
Stalking is defined as repeated unwanted interactions. How long have my interactions been unwanted?
That's creepy that you know that.
Elliot.
I'm the one who cares about you, Chloe. Me, not Rachel. It's time you saw the truth.
I'm sorry, but he just did the equivalent of like that thing that happened in Transformers 4, where Mark Wahlberg was like, "You're over 18 and she's under 18. This is statutory. You shouldn't do that." And then the creepy boyfriend that Mark Wahlberg wants to have go away pulls out a fucking laminated like postcard thing from his wallet that explains a special clause about how, like, no, people who were a couple before they turned 18 can still be together after one of them turns 18, and it's fine, it's not statutory. I'm like, that's really fucking creepy how that's just in your wallet, that you just are distressingly aware of statutory laws. Like this guy's like, I know the exact definition of stalking, and that means that I'm not a fucking lunatic.
What does that mean?
It means you're going to stop thinking about Rachel and pay attention to me now, for once.
Fuck off. What is this? Fuck you, go away.
Look, I'm sorry, but I really need to go.
Why did you make me do that? Can't you just listen to me?
Okay, hey, Chloe, Chloe. Call the police. There's a phone. We're gonna call the police, right? Because like weird, violent, rapey stalker guy is like making you, like stopping you from leaving and saying creepy shit like, why did you make me do that? Like he's got whole fuck. Like there's so many levels of actual fucked up here. Is this where they're going with this character? Yes, call for help.
Elliot's gone full-blown crazy. I need to get the police to come without tipping him off.
Who was there for you? When Max left? When your dad died? No one else gave a shit about you except for me. We have a lot to talk about. And I don't care how long it takes. We're not leaving until you see that I'm right.
What the fuck is this? Okay, so she's calling the police. So at least like on some level I can be like, okay, this... They didn't just accidentally write a lunatic character. He's actually like a creepy, rapey lunatic. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is this happening in this game all of a sudden? Who? What? Why are we doing this with this character? Is this what they were building up to throughout the whole narrative? Is that this guy is the fucking... This is like, it's like when they, in season 1, they had to reveal that secretly the teacher was a murderer all of a sudden. I'm like, what? Why are we doing this now?
What's your emergency?
All right, Elliot. You want to talk so bad? Let's talk.
What's really going on here? You can tell me.
Here's what's going on. We're at the DA's house, and we should probably leave before he comes back.
Don't worry. With Rachel in the hospital, James isn't coming anytime soon. I'm talking about your situation. Rachel is dangerous. You need to realize that.
You're the one who's keeping me here. At the Arcadia Bay DA James Amber's house.
You're acting strange. What's going on?
What? Nothing.
What are you... Ugh, you bitch! Can't you see I just want to help you? You're going to assault me now? That's how far you'll go to protect Rachel? This is what I'm talking about.
No! You idiot!
What the fuck?
Better run, dickbag. Cops will be here any minute.
I was waiting for her to try opening the window again or something. That seemed more clear than that.